Okay, let's call the meeting to order if we could, please. Randy, I fixed you up today there a little bit with a fan.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
And we want some good headlines today, too. National Fiscal Court will meet in closed session at the tail end of our regular business meeting per KRS 61810, where 1C, where discussions of proposed or pending litigation against or behalf of a public agency. The court has heard some of this before. It deals with a private road issue and the county involved. The other is the closed session per KRS 61810 1G, where discussions between a public agency and a representative of a business entity and discussions concerning a specific proposal, where open discussions would jeopardize the siting, retention, expansion, or upgrading that business. In particular, there's a couple of prospects that the court needs to be filled in on, and they will. There could, for the media, there could be some action after, so you might want to hang around. I can't guarantee that, but it's likely at least one of those two subjects will be dealt with in a public setting. First order of regular business would be the minutes from the March 1st meeting, mailed to the magistrates.
Motion to approve is presented.
Motion from Sam Hutchins to approve the minutes. Second by Jeff Lear. All approved, say aye. Aye. Disapproved? Motion will carry. There will be bills and your additional bills and transfers.
I got a question about the highway. Is it already picked?
Yep. It was up here Tuesday, I got it back Monday.
When's that?
I got it back the day after we went.
It's only
It didn't take me but 2 or 3
$20,000.
days to fix it.
Oh, really?
Feel like you got slighted?
I'm sorry, I got it back that following, we met Tuesday, I got it back that following Tuesday.
A week.
Yeah,
Almost
a week. Sorry about that. Couple days mixed up. Yeah, we're running.
$19,600.
Yeah, I thought if he did that in one day.
That was the undercarriage and all that, or whatever that, call that.
The majority of that parts, yeah. I mean, those parts are, so.
Take fleets. Fleets. A lot of times you see fleets this time.
I know it's going back to back.
That's the third one. But number two, a warranty, number one was one. One was one.
Any other questions on the bills, transfers?
Motion for the bills are presented?
Motion by Bernard Ice and transfers to Bernard.
Yes.
Second by Jerry Hahn. Further discussion? All approved, say aye.
Aye.
Disapproved? The motion will carry. Next would be the jail report.
Today we have a total of 130 inmates. We have 6 in Harlingen, 1 on home incarceration. We're down to 14 state inmates. We have 8 serving weekends, so we still have an in-house total of 115.
Thank you. As required by state law, by April 1, county judge is to present fiscal court, copy of a budget. No action necessary. This will be included in our regular full-scale budget, which is May 1st, I believe it is. Nothing new in it, nothing exciting. Dorcas, you've seen it. You've seen it. Media? Do something else to read? Nothing exciting. I've said that about Dorcas's budget for 20-some years, and that's not a bad thing, Dorcas. Dorcas does a great job. They're actually working on the smoke tobacco. Jim will report on that today, a little later on. Next will be EMS report, Joe.
You have the monthly report in your folder. Distribute that. For February calls, 567.98 for non-transport, as compared to last year, 538. Right now, we're averaging 19.5 calls per day. I submitted a request, purchase order to Judge Watts late last week to purchase a demo striker power cot. That cot cost $17,300 new. We budgeted $18,000. The demo is 3 months old. When the salesman takes around, shows different services, and we're able to get that for $14,500. So I'd like to approve it and make that purchase.
Everybody understand what he's asking for?
The budgeted item.
And for the public and the media, this is this would be the fifth cot that we purchased where it has automatic lifts where once a patient's on the gurney, then it's raised up by power battery system, and it's hopefully reduces your workman's comp claims. That's our goal, and one of the goals. Motion to
Same warranty
Same warranty
as a new?
motion by Jerry Hahn, second by Jeff Lear. Any further discussion, Sam?
I was just asking about the warranty on it. It's got the same warranty as a new piece of equipment, so that's fine.
All approved, say aye. Disapproved? Motion will carry. So Joe, anticipating filling up the rest of the ambulances that we use on a regular basis, you need 2 more?
No, actually, we need 4 more.
Well, and I know a couple of them are.
We keep back, but,
I'm not so sure that you want to fill those up with $20,000.
well, only if we
can
get
transfer it out.
Grant, if we can get grants, but we're running 8 trucks, 4 each day. So every 4 days and 4 different spots, we have 2 that fill in for maintenance, whatever. So the 8 trucks we really, probably should have power cots in. The problem that we run into is power cot, striker, we have striker cots and we have Inferno cots. Inferno are manual operated cots. You can't take that cot out of this truck and put it in that truck. They don't interchange. So you get into a situation on a rec scene or whatever, and you have your cots getting mixed up. You got, the way it is today, we have to ensure that that patient goes back to the truck that cot came out of. The other issue is we have now 2 power load systems out of the way, so we continue to try to get more grant money to do that. But the costs that work the power load system also are with that truck that can't be used. So it creates a bit of a problem logistically.
Anything else, Joe, you have?
We just started last week the second accelerated EMT class. As you remember, last year we did one for the Marshtown Fire Department to get their firemen up to EMT certification. Again, that's a 6-month course. We crowded into 8 weeks, and we had 100% pass last year. We have 11 students this year take this course again, and hopefully we'll have as good an outcome. Replaced weather siren, repaired that one at Botman store early last week. I want to thank Salt River Rural Electric in particular for assisting us in making that switch out. Without their 2 bucket trucks and the train, that would have been very difficult for us to do on our own. So they really helped out, took us about 2 hours. And we have received final paperwork for Judge Watts to sign off the day after we replaced that siren to purchase the new siren for the Botman substation fire department.
Okay, landfill solid waste report. All right, we're going to bulky item.
Give you guys this report every year. What this shows is the past 5 years, after 2 weeks of bulky item pickup, where we're at with it. As you can tell, real quick, it's heavy this year. Real heavy.
Once is there.
Basically, you got 300 tons to date, or through Friday. Last year's was really unique because of the snow. We'd only picked up 5.5 days worth of garbage. The other time we was doing snow work. But the other week years, that wasn't the case. 2014, we got done in 6 days. 2013, we got done in 8 days. When I say done, with the first section.
For the first, typically we allocate 2 weeks
per
per section of the county.
And they're still not done with the first section.
He's about 2 or 3 more days, I think, and Jim will have that project.
As long as it is today, probably another. It's heavy, really heavy this year. Good thing about it is, you see the tires, those numbers are up. And the reason I say the good thing about it is because we had tire amnesty this year. You noticed in your bills, there was a bill for hauling some tires away. Part of what we had to do is get any tires we had at the landfill cleaned up. Those were on our nickel. We had to pay for that to get done. So once the bulky items started, anything we picked up, because we don't charge people for them, we can get rid of those through the tire amnesty program. I've already had a few calls from bigger loads, just people need to keep calling me so they can schedule on how to take care of that. Tire amnesty is at the very end of April, 28th, 29th, and 30th. So people can't come out to the landfill and get us for big loads, call me, and we'll deal with it at the end of April. Let's see, Italic back March 9th. Keith, I was wrong on that date while ago when I was talking to you about that, sorry. It was the Wednesday after court last time. It was a week and a little bit. That's it, really.
Very good. Road department report, Jim?
Okay, Adam, last 2 weeks, like Brad said, we're behind on it. We're in the Plum Run, Murray's Run Road area, Highway 48, 509, and the right side of Louisville Road. Probably 4 to 5 days behind, based on the loads out there and everything else. So when we get done there, of course, we'll go into the second third, which is the New Haven, south of the Bluegrass Parkway, basically.
Bluegrass Parkway South.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Projects, Dean mentioned, we got the contractor on site with the crane and everything. We're putting that rooftop unit on today and tomorrow. We got 2 days to get it on and running according to their contract. The crane came in as I was coming in here, so they ought to be, and they were up
You're
there.
gonna start offloading that today? Go ahead, offload the.
They're gonna take it off today and put the other one up today. Whether they get it running today, I'm not sure. They may, if everything works out fine. It's a self-contained package unit, so it's a matter of hooking wires up and sensors and, making sure this and that.
We're keeping those units.
Yeah, we're gonna haul it and put it over in the road department somewhere. We're gonna put it on a trailer. We'll probably send it to the scrapyard. It's of no value. Huh?
Talking about the junk dealer of USA.
No, it's of no value as far as an air conditioning unit. It's scrap metal is what it is, but
Why is it working now?
not very good.
Surplus. That's the first scrap on the floor.
Okay.
Anything else, Jim? Get them off subject here.
Yeah.
You like those rocks?
Bloomfield opened bids on the EMS building that I'm working on for them. Bids came in good. They had open bids yesterday. We opened bids Friday. They were going to talk about it last night. I'm not sure exactly if they made the award officially or whatever.
I've not heard.
Okay, so we'll see when I get their report. I'll send an email to you guys, but the bids came in good, so you got an email from me guys on the bid tabulation.
Yeah.
So, but I'd rather Bloomfield, whatever they decide to do, and I'll work with them on it. So, other than that, that's it.
Okay, move on. Under recreation report, Tyler is not here. He and Mark are working out to the park on getting some of the water on, turned on and get ready. I suggested that this weekend will be a 32-degree morning, so be cautious. Hopefully they'll keep an eye on that. Going down to the next item, we're going to table that Heaven Hill Distillery edition, and I'm going to plug in the Luxco project. You guys remember Luxco and the rezoning process that took place here. I believe it was back in the late fall or winter. They have come to us now with a resolution, and I just got this afternoon, so if you want to throw darts at somebody, he's sitting out there in the audience. This is a similar project as the Bardstown Bourbon Company and the other distilleries that we've done. Only thing they're asking for right now is a resolution related to a future bond ordinance that will be coming to you guys to review and approve officially down the road. And this is about $35 million, Jeff? Do you have anything you want to talk to the court about? why I just got it yesterday afternoon, and
I apologize to your judge executive. He moved very quickly on this. Thanks again. We're trying to put the information in front of Wexco as soon as possible, and appreciate your consideration of this. As he said, this is an inducement resolution for the company on a $35 million bond. They're spending a little more than BBC even on this project, but it's a full-size distillery.
you know the property, we did the zoning. This was about 30, 35 jobs,
Right.
very similar in size to the Barstown Bourbon Company.
Yeah, the numbers, it's 35 million, 34 jobs, 45 and a half average, 45,500 average salary estimated now. 184 million in tax dollars to the state, 28 million locally over 30 years. I mean, it's a very good project. And that's even after the R&D.
The warehouse is 6.
6.
How big is the warehouse?
There'll be 23,000 barrels each.
Entertain a motion to approve the resolution as presented. Motion by Sam Hutchins, second by Bernard Ice. Any further discussion? All approved, say aye. Disapproved? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's all of them. Thank you, Jeff. Under old and new business, a couple of things I want to discuss and update the court on. Notes here. In the newspaper and on the Gazette, Jimmy, the other day, I noticed an article related to the Barstown City Police Department and the lease agreement. We have some new members of the court that weren't on it on that time. I want to update the court, and I think I put a copy in your all's mailbox as well of that lease agreement. That lease agreement with the city of Barstown is for a term of 40 years. At the end of this year, I believe it's September, which would be the 10th year anniversary, the city and or the county has a right to terminate that lease if they desire, only if they desire. And then every 2 years thereafterwards, you have the right to terminate every 2 years going forward. The whole purpose of us allowing the city to occupy that property was to put the law enforcement together and have unity, and not really have I'm talking about on paper, not a combined police force, but I think it has benefited the community by having the sheriff and the city police and all in the same neighborhood. And during that process, the city, while we owned the building and all the outside of the building was complete, the city did the fit up on the inside. I think it was about 7,700 square feet. They contracted out. And in the news article, Jimmy, it talked about the sewer, having a problem with the sewer line leading into the building. Well, their contractor put that in. The county did not have a thing to do it. I want to defend the court on that issue. And the contractor that put that in was a subcontractor that the city had contracted with. So we technically were not involved in that project. And there's a couple of things that will quickly take care of that issue. You can put a grinder pump in, or you can put or redo the line, which I think Bill Buckman's on the safety committee, quoted a figure of about $35,000 to do that. You can do it two different ways probably. But I wanted the court to be aware that we really did not have anything to do with that construction of that building. And you have a copy of the lease for your future references. Some of you, Bernie, you were around, and I don't think you got it.
That's just before I came on.
Yeah.
I knew that article wasn't right, but I knew it was $1 a year indefinitely.
Yeah, we get no revenue off of it all. But the purpose of it is the public benefits by having a shared information. And I can see it. I see it out there over the last 10 years. The guys are back and forth in the community. I've seen the chief come over. I've seen the sheriff. You've gone over there, right? And y'all communicate, I think, on a regular basis. I think it's good. But they want a new police station, they're going to get a new police station and a fire station. Second thing is update the court on the Sutherland building painting job. Last September or so, August, September, we authorized the contractor to take all the metal of the Sutherland building and remove all the paint, and that contractor is no longer in business. He took a big job in Lexington and did not make it, I understand. So Charles Howard, who is a local metal sales guy that put me in contact with the metal recoaters, there's a pretty good list in the industry. So I've contacted another contractor to see if we can get a quote. I'll be able to bring it back to you. I don't want you to think I've forgotten about it. We were just waiting for the weather to break. And when we contacted him recently, he's no longer in business. Next thing to report is that longtime planning and zoning member Mike Zoller has resigned from the Planning Commission after 35 years of service. So we want to thank Mike publicly for his service and dedication to the Planning Commission, and through tough times, good times, a lot of tough times, a lot of tough rezonings over the years, and the thick skin and standing up for what he thought was right for the community. You don't find that every day in a volunteer. And things changed a few years ago where those planning commissioners now have to have 8 hours, I believe, a year, every 2 years of continuous education. So the dedication is much appreciated. I think the court would agree with me. Any kind of volunteer, much less on the planning commission, almost a thankless job sometimes. Next thing I want to report on to the court is I have a email this morning from the alcohol beverage control folks stating that when I get these emails from the ABC, it's usually, that means they're going to have people in the neighborhood. So you can take it for what it's worth publicly. The state law does not allow anybody that has a liquor license, a beer license, to have NCAA boards in their buildings. Anybody that, any country club or whoever it may be that has a liquor license should not have these boards. And most liquor stores I've ever been to, they got 3 of them. But they've been made aware of it, and hopefully they won't. Our folks, of course, I'm the ABC agent for the county. I can't speak for the city. I'm not going to raid any bingos, but be aware that the local ABC or district guy will probably be in the neighborhood.
You mean like a pool or just a bracket?
A bracket.
Can't even display?
It's against the law, state law. It's a gambling issue. I'll forward you guys the email on it.
Are they free? They're not free, right? So they're gambling.
Okay. That's what you mean, that a paid for one you paid.
I'm sorry?
One that you paid?
Yeah, you put up $1 or $10. Nobody does it.
When you said board, I'm thinking of just a bracket.
Just yeah, but no. The ones that you put your name in. That's the only ones I've ever seen.
But they can't have a bracket until
Have a bracket, tell who did. Yeah, you can have that. As long as there's no money involved. Anything else, guys, on the open business? No, he's a gambling guy. He's a state. Not the county. I'm the ABC agent. Anybody else have anything before we go into closed session want to bring up? Otherwise, entertain a motion to go out of regular session and then to closed session per KRS 61-810-1C for discussions of proposed or pending litigation against or behalf of the county. And the other one is closed session per KRS 61-810-1G, where discussions between a public agency and a representative of a business entity and discussions concerning a specific proposal, open discussions would jeopardize the siting, retention, expansion, or upgrading that business. Motion by Jerry Hahn, second. By Bernard Ice. All approved, say aye. Disapprove. Motion carries. Last clear the courtroom, please.